Won't they kill me if I run?
Won't they kill you anyway?
January 2026 isn't easing us into the year. It's coming in full force. Streaming platforms are dropping returning hits, massive franchises, and brand new series that are clearly aiming to dominate the conversation from day one.
Paige couldn't have done this.
From prestige thrillers and long-awaited sequels to Marvel, Star Trek, and the next chapter of the Game of Thrones universe, this month is stacked in a way we don't see very often. Whether you're looking for something intense, mysterious, or completely binge-worthy,
Hallar a los ladrones y el dinero, el tiempo es crucial.
these are the shows that are about to define the start of 2026. So if you're planning your watch list early, you'll want to stick around, because January is about to go insane. Let's get into the 12 biggest shows coming in January 2026, counting all the way down to the one everyone's waiting for. Number 12, Ponies, Peacock, January 15th.
Most people are not cut out for it.
It's time.
But these women are not most people.
Set against the frostbitten tension of the Cold War, Ponies is shaping up to be a stylish, character-driven spy thriller with an unexpected angle. From what's been revealed so far, the series follows two American embassy secretaries in Moscow in 1977, who are quietly pulled into the world of espionage after their husbands die under suspicious circumstances. Emilia Clarke and Haley Lou Richardson lead the show, signaling a sharp focus on performance as much as intrigue. Created by Susanna Fogel and David Iserson, Ponies looks less like a gadget-heavy spy saga and more like a slow-burn descent into paranoia, grief, and survival inside an enemy capital. This is a brand new series launching with its first season, and while long-term plans haven't been announced, early previews suggest a grounded, atmospheric take on Cold War espionage that leans heavily on mood and character rather than spectacle. Number 11, Runaway, Netflix, January 1st.
Snipe.
This is something much bigger.
If you've watched even one Harlan Coben adaptation, you already know the drill, and Runaway looks ready to lean all the way in. Based on Coben's novel, this upcoming Netflix thriller centers on a father searching for his missing teenage daughter, a simple premise that usually unravels into secrets, lies, and revelations nobody is prepared for. From the trailers and early details, this feels like classic Coben territory. Fractured families, buried pasts, and twists designed to hit right at the episode break. James Nesbitt leads the cast, which signals a grounded, emotionally heavy performance rather than flashy spectacle. The series is set to run as a single 8-episode season, making it a tight, binge-ready mystery rather than an open-ended drama. If Netflix's recent Coben hits are any indication, expect this one to dominate conversation the moment it drops. Number 10, His and Hers, Netflix, January 8th.
Ours. And theirs.
Based on Alice Feeney's best-selling novel, His and Hers is shaping up to be one of January's most psychologically charged thrillers. This Netflix limited series centers on a murder investigation told through two very different perspectives, hers and his, where truth becomes slippery and perception is everything. From what's been shown so far, the tone leans dark, intimate, and deeply character-driven, with an emphasis on unreliable narration rather than flashy twists. Tessa Thompson leads the series alongside John Bernthal, a pairing that suggests emotional weight and simmering tension rather than simple cat-and-mouse thrills. The show is designed as a one-season, 6-episode limited run, meaning it's built to tell a complete story without dragging things out. If the trailers are any indication, His and Hers is aiming for slow burn obsession, moral gray areas, and revelations that force you to constantly question whose version of the truth you're actually watching. Number 9, Agatha Christie's 7 Dials, Netflix, January 15th.
Stop until I find out the truth. People who go looking for trouble.
Netflix is diving back into classic mystery with Agatha Christie's 7 Dials, a stylish period adaptation of Christie's 1929 novel. From the trailers and early details, this looks less like a cozy whodunit and more like a sleek, youthful mystery with real momentum behind it. Set in 1920s England, the story follows Lady Bundle Brent as a seemingly harmless house party prank spirals into murder and secret societies. The cast alone sets expectations high, with Mia McKenna Bruce leading alongside Helena Bonham Carter and Martin Freeman. The series is designed as a limited run, telling a complete story in a single season rather than stretching things out. Visually, it leans into lush period detail while hinting at sharper pacing than older Christie adaptations. If you enjoy classic mysteries with a modern edge, Seven Dials looks like one to watch closely. Number 8. Steel, Prime Video, January 21st.
Tenemos que eliminarla ya.
From everything revealed so far, Steel looks like Prime Video's next sleek, pressure cooker thriller built around one bad decision that spirals fast. The premise centers on an ordinary office worker who suddenly finds herself pulled into a high-stakes heist, and the trailers suggest a grounded, nerve-wracking tone rather than flashy spectacle. Sophie Turner leads the series, marking another step into darker, adult roles, alongside Archie Madekwe and Jacob Fortune-Lloyd, which hints at strong character dynamics driving the tension. The series runs for 6 episodes, designed as a tight, binge-ready story rather than an open-ended crime saga. With Drama Republic behind it, expectations lean toward sharp writing and moral gray areas instead of simple good versus bad plotting. If the execution matches the setup, Steel could be one of January's most addictive, edge-of-your-seat watches. Number 7. The Beauty, Hulu, January 21st.
Ready to explode. One shot makes you hot.
From what's been shown so far, The Beauty is shaping up to be one of the most unsettling new shows of 2026. Created by Ryan Murphy and based on the graphic novel, the series leans hard into body horror and sci-fi, built around a world where physical perfection comes at a terrifying cost. Trailers and early details point to a glossy, high-fashion surface, hiding something deeply grotesque underneath, very much in Murphy's wheelhouse. The cast alone, Evan Peters, Anthony Ramos, Jeremy Pope, Ashton Kutcher, and Rebecca Hall, suggests a dark, ensemble-driven story with shifting perspectives. The show runs for 11 episodes in its first season, debuting with multiple episodes before moving weekly. If the series delivers on its premise, The Beauty could be equal parts provocative, disturbing, and impossible to look away from. Number 6. Wonder Man, Disney Plus, January 27th.
So you are here to meet Markovic?
Hello, everyone.
Based on what Marvel has revealed so far, Wonder Man looks like one of the MCU's most unusual swings in years. This is an 8-episode limited series releasing all at once, and it leans far more into comedy and Hollywood satire than traditional superhero spectacle. Yahya Abdul-Mateen II plays Simon Williams, a struggling actor chasing legitimacy in an industry that barely notices him, until superpowers complicate everything. Trailers and promos frame the show as self-aware and character-driven, with Ben Kingsley's Trevor Slattery returning to steal scenes and close out his long MCU arc. Rather than world-ending stakes, the focus seems to be ego, ambition, and the absurdity of fame inside a universe already packed with heroes. Marvel has labeled it a standalone story under the Marvel Spotlight banner, meaning no homework required, and no guaranteed second season unless audiences demand it. Number 5. The Pit, Season 2, Max, January 8th.
Educational miracle. The most important thing?
I could use a second set of hands.
Season 1 of The Pit didn't just revive the medical drama, it rewired it. Told in near real time across a single, exhausting ER shift, the series earned its reputation as one of the most intense shows of 2025. Season 2 picks up months later, using a fresh crisis to explore the emotional fallout left behind. Noah Weil remains the anchor, delivering a performance that feels lived in, restrained, and quietly devastating. What makes The Pit stand out isn't shock value, but authenticity. The chaos, moral compromise, and burnout that define modern emergency medicine. With its documentary-style pacing, minimal score, and relentless momentum, Season 2 isn't about comfort viewing. It's about pressure, and once it starts, it doesn't let go. Number 4. Star Trek Starfleet Academy, Paramount plus January 15th.
Together, you were the best and the brightest from across the galaxy.
Set in the far reaches of the 32nd century, Starfleet Academy shifts the franchise's focus from seasoned captains to the next generation, still learning what Starfleet truly stands for. The series follows the first new class of cadets in over a century as they train aboard the USS Athena, balancing classroom theory with real-world missions. Led by Holly Hunter as the Academy's commanding chancellor, the show blends coming-of-age drama with classic Star Trek ideals: empathy, unity, and moral responsibility. Familiar faces like Robert Picardo and Tig Notaro ground the series in canon, while new characters offer a fresh entry point for newcomers. It's less about galactic conquest and more about values, what it means to lead when the future is uncertain. Number 3. The Night Manager, Season 2, Prime Video, January 11th.
Who's watching this?
I have a bad record with people I get close to.
Nearly a decade after its critically acclaimed debut, The Night Manager returns with a long-awaited second season that raises the stakes even higher. Tom Hiddleston is back as Jonathan Pine, the former soldier turned covert operative, once again pulled into a world of deception, luxury, and lethal power plays. This time, the story moves beyond the original arms dealer plot into a darker, more global conflict, with Pine navigating dangerous alliances in Colombia and Europe. Olivia Colman's Angela Burr returns with the same sharp intensity, grounding the series in moral tension and political realism. Season 2 keeps the show's signature style intact: sun-drenched locations, icy dialogue, and slow-burn suspense, while expanding its scope into something bigger, riskier, and more contemporary. It's prestige espionage at its most refined. Number 2. Hijack, Season 2, Apple TV, January 14th.
You're gonna run out of time.
This is a game of poker.
After becoming one of Apple TV Plus's most intense breakout thrillers, Hijack returns for a second season with even more pressure and unpredictability. Idris Elba is back as Sam Nelson, the sharp-minded negotiator whose calm logic once stood between hundreds of passengers and disaster. Season 2 moves beyond the confines of a single flight, expanding the scale while keeping the same real-time urgency that made the first season so gripping. The tension is relentless, driven by high-stakes decision-making, political fallout, and threats that feel frighteningly plausible. With tighter pacing, bigger consequences, and Elba once again anchoring every moment with authority, Hijack Season 2 looks set to deliver another nerve-shredding ride that rarely lets the audience breathe. Number 1. A Knight of the Seven Kingdoms, Max, January 18th.
Perhaps even House Targaryen.
Targaryens, they're incestuous aliens and tyrants.
Set nearly a century before Game of Thrones, A Knight of the Seven Kingdoms brings a quieter, more character-driven side of Westeros to the screen. The series follows Sir Duncan the Tall, a wandering hedge knight, and his sharp-witted young squire Egg, whose true identity carries enormous consequences. Instead of massive battles and dragons, this story leans into honor, loyalty, and the personal cost of knighthood, grounding the fantasy in human choices and moral tension. With George R.R. Martin closely involved and the beloved Dunk and Egg novellas as its foundation, the show promises rich world-building, political undercurrents, and emotional storytelling. For fans craving a return to Westeros with a fresh tone and deeper intimacy, this is the must-watch series of January 2026. And that wraps up our countdown of the 12 biggest shows dropping in January 2026. From high-stakes thrillers to long-awaited returns and epic fantasy.
Estas personas me quieren muerta.
This month is shaping up to be one of the most stacked starts to a year we've seen in a long time. Let us know which series you're most excited for and which one you think is about to surprise everyone.
Maine, a missing person. And you, Jonathan Pine.
If you enjoyed this list, hit like, subscribe, and stick around, because 2026 is just getting started. We'll see you in the next one.